Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about how you can onboard yourself into the Saathi board and how you can also experience some new AI features we have in town for you today. So to begin with, when you open the application, it will look something like this, in which you will have to then enter a code which will be asked from you or your team members. So when they ask you a code, our team, Class Saathi, will tell you a code. So for me, this is my code. So I will enter that briefly over here. Okay. So for example, let me pick science today. I'm feeling a bit experimental today. So after picking my subject, as you can see, there are some overviews of some features over here, but not all of them. And you can start your whiteboard session. So this looks like any other whiteboard, right? And you might be wondering, what do I do with all these tools? So let me show you some things you can actually do. So firstly, of course, we have the pen feature over here. Now to get more options of the pen, you want to long press on this particular option over here and you'll get various different options. But today, let's say I want to study about plants and my children, I'm sure they know about photosynthesis, but I need some content. Now, as a teacher, I may look at across YouTube and different sources, which I will have to change tabs for. Now, me being me, I love to be organized, so I want to be on one screen so that my children or my students do not look here and there. So I will click on my AI feature. As you can see, it's called a Genie, and you can simply swipe over it and search. Now, according to your internet speed, our AI will work accordingly. So when you search the word plants, it'll give you content according to your grade relevancy. So it says grade 7, right? So your content based on plants will be at a grade 7 level. So what does a grade 7 student need to understand about plants? So there are some things they need to know about plants, which are living organisms. Great. They need to know about the photosynthesis process. That's a really, really big topic, and it comes in the exams all the time. So let me move that over here as well. What else do they need to know? So you have different options. We have YouTube videos embedded for you, and of course, they're ad-free videos. So do not worry about that at all. Now, after you have these, I can always explain my children so easily about all of these concepts and, of course, annotate them and also play a little game of hiding these words and maybe asking them later, what was this part of the process? What is happening here? Or what is getting, put across to the plants over here? And you can, play around with that, of course. Now, me being a teacher, I can imagine that I always want to be creative. So, because I don't have the plant I want, I will Genie Sketch my plant in front of the classroom. So, let's say I'm hoping this is a sunflower and I hope it comes out as a sunflower as well. So, my AI will understand my sketches as well and it will give me my sunflower over here. So as you can see that I can also pick out my creativity in the classroom and take help of this AI feature and explain these diagrams very easily. So this gives me a really quick revision with my students and I can teach them with this. Okay, let's add another page quickly. So you can see I added a new page very quickly. You can preview it by clicking on here as well. Now, moving ahead, I definitely understand that you need to upload resources. I want my images, my videos. So you can always go into the upload section and upload your images and videos very easily. We also have a QR code format. So if you want to scan it from a device and you want to upload your own files, that's highly possible. Very easy doable. We also have different geometry shapes for you, very easy to use. You can go around this. You can also change the background of the app. If you feel white is very strong, you can go for a black tone, which helps, reduce a lot of eye pressure as well in some cases in classrooms. You can also go to diagrams and get these amazing flowcharts. So I like using this because it gives me a sense of organization. So I can put this as, project B, and I can start exploring with my students how I want them. And I can insert it and do a lot of different things. I can also go to diagrams and have different shape axes because I feel a grade 7 student needs to understand dimensions and all of these formulas are always very tough for them. So when we go to different features, you're understanding that we're giving you a complete solution over here. Now, since we're studying science, right, you can also go to STEM and experience some experiments we have from you by PhET, interactive simulations. So you can understand that if I were to study states of matter, I can always click and experience these things right away. So when there's heat, what happens to the state of matter when it's a solid, when it's a liquid, or when it's gas, right? So you can use these examples to really understand them. You can also give them real life examples that if you're heating something and someone's putting pressure on a lid, what happens if you put too much pressure? Okay. Yeah, that's what happens. So you can also return the lid and continue with your classes as well. So these are some interactive elements. There are more elements we have over here. You can explore them as well. We have a timer. We have different situations going on with spinner, dice. We also give you an option to ensure that you understand certain concepts. Now, this was science, which is very experimental and, visual. What about maths? How do we get the class started when it's a mathematical concept? So you can go over here at calculator. You must be telling me by looking at this video that a calculator just does a calculator, right? But no, we have a play mode over here. So imagine having two rows of students standing in one line and competing against each other one by one. This is where that mode comes in play. So we have a play mode over here. So if you have an interactive panel in front of you, you'll understand that one row of students will solve one, go in the back of the line, and over here you will have another student solving this, and whichever row completes it first and gets the right answer wins. It's so interactive. So when you're entering the classroom, you want an interaction, you can definitely go for this game. So let's see if I'm the the orange team, and we can definitely have something like this in the classrooms, which is very interactive. And there you go, time's up, and I've solved more correct questions than my competitor, and I've won. So this gives a sense of start in the classrooms, I feel, which you can definitely use when you're exploring with your students. Now, after you have experienced all of these, you obviously want to save your notes over here. So you can go ahead and save them. And we absolutely give you a bank where you can go here in settings and save it automatically. So right here, we also give you the access to create new classes. So this was grade 7 science, but you can go ahead and create grade 7 maths, music, arts, and so on. We also give you the ability to change the language. So for example, if it were Hindi and you change it, so we do change languages over here as well with the support of AI, of course, and you can go back and experience the same flow. So this is what Saathi is all about. There are much other features as well where you can also write a formula and tell Genie to solve it. All of these things are really possible. So I hope you had a good session with us today and looking forward to giving you more feature insights soon. Thank you.